Hey everyone, welcome back. Anyone who's new, I'm Marian. I live here in Canada with my husband and two kids, ages 5 and 6. And I make videos on simplifying life through super easy organization and decluttering. And in today's video, it is an organize with me. So I am taking you with me as I reset and reorganize the kids' clothes. What I'm technically doing today is just resetting for a new season. So all I'm doing is going into our seasonal wear, like everything we have kind of packed away for the off season. We're switching into fall, winter, like cool weather mode here in Canada. So we are officially getting rid of like all of our shorts and tank tops and putting that away. And I'm showing this for two reasons. One is because this exercise has become so easy because we have like minimal items and everything. We have a system and everything's fairly organized. This is something if I wasn't like filming and if I had like a lot amount of time and I was by myself, like I could do this in probably under an hour. And secondly, I'm going to show you how this task, I love how it kind of resets those spaces that are already organized, and inevitably I always end up letting go of items. Today is a Sunday afternoon. I love on a Sunday afternoon as we're the kids are usually like watching a movie or just hanging out. It's such a great time to like reset for the new week. I usually like spending like time on a specific area of the home or like a specific category, and it just feels like the house feels like a little bit more reset for like a busy week. You will see that I actually started this task yesterday. It was Saturday and the kids were having a play date. So it was like I wanted to be and had to be like in the house and here listening to them, but I didn't want to be intruding. So it was a good time to kind of get started on this. So I'll show you that here. And then I'll show you today, me finishing up. I'm going to show you the items I am letting go of and show you how we have those spaces and how we organize our clothing. So let's get into it. Okay guys, as you can see, I am starting this little task or chore simply by folding laundry. I have an entire video on our laundry routine if you ever want to look that up. Roughly, it's just that we do it all on the weekends. I know everyone has a different system for laundry, but that's what works for us. So in addition to that, anytime I'm doing like a reset on the clothes, like so if I'm doing a declutter or like resetting for the seasons, I pretty much always start with the laundry and make sure that we have everything out so that like when I'm reviewing their clothes or our clothes, I know everything's clean and I'm not just like looking at half of the wardrobes. Anywho, so that's what I'm doing to start. And then you'll see here, I kind of do this little tuck fold. I showed this on my Instagram before. I don't know if I've ever really done a whole video on, I think I have. No, I have shared it on my YouTube before. And it seems like over the top, I know. But honestly, yes, it's satisfying, but more importantly is it keeps the drawers like somewhat organized through the week. So my kids are now 5 and actually 7 now I think of it when I'm doing this video. And so they pretty much pick out their own clothes pretty much every morning for the most part, especially Leo, our oldest. And so when he's in there, he's like grabbing stuff all the time. And so just having this tuck fold, it keeps in place. So if he like shuffles through 3 shirts and picks the 4th one, it's not a total disaster right away. So basically it just keeps it organized so you can kind of see what's in there all week. But if you're not into folding, I do not recommend it. Yes, I do it. I do it. I really do pretty much do it every week. But I don't think it's a make or break, and I don't think folding is the be all end all. So you do you definitely when it comes to that. Where do you guys fold your laundry? I'm only doing it on the bed here because you can see I went on my knees because my back was like killing me. One day I dream of having like a beautiful laundry room counter for lots of folding space. But right now we just usually do it. I usually like in the living room or on the floor or something. I'm only in the bedroom because I'm trying to hide from the kids. Anyway, so I just finished up this folding and then we'll get set on like their current wardrobes and what we have in our drawers right now. Gosh, guys, what is happening in her room right now? Okay, so this is Annie Rose's room. She's 5, and you can see she was doing like some of her own decorating. She found some dishcloths that she wanted to use as like a little table cover, I guess. So I left that for a few weeks, but it was sort of driving me crazy. So I just did a little tidy there, put everything right back as it should be. you can see I let her decorate a little bit too for Halloween. So she has like her little witches that we cut out, and she just has them in her drawers. So I'm not a huge Halloween person, but she loves it. So I kind of let her do a little DIY there. So we'll leave that for a few more weeks. Anyway, okay, on her dress. So all I did right now, again, like this is like, I'm doing it sort of half when the kids are around. So I'm trying to do like kind of quick little tasks, you know, when you're doing tasks that you can do, but you can be interrupted if you have to be. So anyway, I just went into her drawers and took out everything that I absolutely know is summer and she is not going to wear again until the spring or maybe ever, because she might grow of it. So I simply just went in and grabbed everything summery, all the tank tops, all the like shorts, all that kind of stuff, and I put it away. So I'll show you in a bit what I do with it. But then as you can see, I'm just putting away that laundry that we folded. As you can see, I'm still using those little like drawer kind of like baskets, I guess. Those ones I think are IKEA. So yeah, I'm still using those for her because her clothes are still fairly small, especially like leggings and like t-shirts. So they just slide in there pretty easily. So I just put everything away, and that is good for like today, and you'll see I get more into it tomorrow. Then I decided, you know what, I still have some time, the kids are still playing, so I went into my own closet, grabbed, which I already knew I had like a few summery like sundresses and just some tank tops that I know I'm not going to wear for the next few months. So I pulled them out, and you can see I also brought up my luggage. Scott and I both keep our seasonal wear in luggage in the basement when it's not being worn. So again, I just did like a quick job. This wasn't perfect. The goal was just to get it done. So I pulled out all of my winter stuff, and it's kind of always kind of fun because I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this sweater. So I pulled out all of my winter stuff, which I will start wearing now, and then I put away again like all those little tank tops and summer dresses I'm not going to wear. I'm going to put them away. I think it's kind of controversial about whether you keep out your seasonal wear like in all the time, or do you put it away? We have a small closet and one dresser and not a lot of extra room in our bedroom. So as you can see, we rotate ours. I don't think one is right or wrong. I think it really depends on how much space you have and how many clothes you have and that kind of thing. So again, you do you. But as you can see, then Scott said, hey, I'm going to do mine too. And I said, sounds good. Let's just get the whole family done in one weekend. So he did the exact same thing. He grabbed his luggage. He took out all of his winter wear, like all his extra warm hoodies and stuff like that. And then you'll see that he puts away all of his summer stuff into his luggage. I think people assume that I'm like the type A person in our marriage and I'm the picky one, but I would say that Scott is, in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to his clothes, like as picky, if not more picky than I am about certain categories or certain areas of clothing. As you can see, he loves the tuck fold. Like he does it more for his clothes than I probably do for my clothes. Like I love doing it for the kids' clothes, but I find with mine, I just like end up rolling them. I just don't have enough clothes, and my drawers are really easy to maintain, I guess I should say. But yeah, Scott loves the tuck fold. And so we ended up doing, like I said, both Scott and I's clothes as well. And just getting that done in the weekend. So we were kind of ready for the fall and winter. It felt so good. Okay, that is the end of like day one of this little project. And as you can see, I want to show you the real life. Like, this is behind the scenes. This is where I'm at halfway through this project. So for Saturday night, that just lived there. That just, I kind of piled everything up. I decided like I'm ready to stop there. I think we had to get ready for dinner. And this is now day 2. So this is us kind of just wrapping it up. So this is where I just went upstairs. Again, I usually try to do this stuff during the kids' TV time. And then I just poured out these totes. You can see the blue totes. I've showed them in other videos. Those are their seasonal or grow into clothes. So I just, for each kid, went in and dumped them. So this is Leo's room. I just dumped it. His is always way easier. I have way less boy clothes all the time. We just don't get nearly as many hand-me-downs for him or as many gifts because people don't care about boy clothes, especially once they're 7 and like big kids, and it's not as fun as buying like baby clothes. Anyway, so instantly what I sorted by, everything that went into that back of that blue bin are summer clothes for next year. So clothes that I know he will not be wearing over this winter, or winter clothes that I know do not fit him yet. So he does get a few hand-me-downs, and I keep like definitely, you know, his like the nicer stuff, right? Like pants, for example, are hard to find. I've like used. So any of that I keep, but if I know I'm not going to be putting in that drawer, I'm just putting it right into that blue bin. So that is how like kind of keep it sorted in my mind without becoming overwhelmed, because kids' clothes I find can become overwhelming really fast. Anyway, instantly putting in the stuff there, and then you'll see this is where I hit a breaking point. And sometimes I do this with the kids' clothes because it's different when it's your own kids' clothes, right? So you can see even I struggle with this. So I ended up getting Scott to come in just for like a second opinion. Like, do you think Lee would wear this? Or do you think this would fit him? Like, I just needed somebody else to be there and say, yes, that makes sense. So if you struggle with this, I'm right there with you. I do this for a living. I do this every single day at work. Yet somehow when it's my own kids' clothes, it's different, right? So just kind of debating about what jeans we should keep, what ones he'll actually wear, what ones we like, that sort of thing. So I'll show you at the end of the video what we ended up getting rid of. But at this stage, I'm just sort of sorting through and deciding how many shirts we need, like long sleeve winter shirts, and what ones we think that he would actually wear. Sometimes I get the kids involved and like ask them or like get them to try stuff on. But this was not one of those days. That's like a day where, you know, it's storming and we're stuck inside and I like want it to take longer. This was the day where I just kind of wanted to get this task done. So then you can see I just reset his clothes. So in Annie Rose's drawers, as I said, I use those little baskets, but in his drawers, his clothes have gotten so much bigger lately that I've used these drawer separators, which I just got like at a random discount store. I think technically if you're in their states, they're from Target, but we don't have Target here in Canada. So as you can see, just separating by like kind of t-shirts, lighter shirts, pants, and then like sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts, and then a couple of the bigger hoodies you'll see I put in the like one drawer down just to kind of make some space. So it's all reset and he is ready for fall. And it's kind of fun to see the kids when after I do this, they come in and they're like, oh my gosh, like all these new clothes that I forgot I had. And so it's pretty cute. And if you noticed on Leo's dressers, on some of the drawers, he has like little things stuck on, like taped on, and he decided to label his drawers. So it's actually pretty cute. So I left it. It's actually gone now, thank goodness. But I left it there for quite a few weeks because he was so proud of it. So I left his little labels on. Anyway, on to Annie Rose's room. As I mentioned, she's 5. Do the exact same process here. So I'm grabbing her bin, which we keep in the basement. Ideally, I would rather keep these upstairs, these bins, but they get into them. Like still, especially Annie Rose, she like loves to go in and she picks out clothes and it makes me crazy. So we keep these bins out of sight in the basement for now. But like I said, dump the whole thing just like Leo's, and instantly to reduce like the overwhelm, because this is obviously, look at that huge pile. It's a lot to take in, right? So instantly I am putting clothes back in there that I know are summer or that I know will not fit her this year. So we get a ton of hand-me-downs for her. And when she was little, I had this bin like super organized. I had more than one bin. I separated by size. I had like the different little onesies and stuff in different bags. But now it's not as big a deal because, you know, they grow slower and it's a lot different when they're bigger. So anyway, I just throw everything sort of in there, except you'll see I have a couple bags to the side. So I put like
jammies in like one separate bag, and I think I put like her, sometimes she gets like little gymnastic gear, stuff like that, or socks I put separate, because sometimes I will be like, oh man, like we're running low on socks, or we need some more warmer ones, so I'll run down to her bin and grab some. But now you can see I'm down now to sort of winter gear, and I'm deciding, you know, how many does she need this year, which ones are going to fit her the best, you know, is there anything here that like I know she's outgrown or she's not going to, that I might have kept from last winter, but I know now that I look at it, I'm like, that's absolutely not going to fit her. And those I'm creating a whole separate pile for, like, you know, items I'm letting go of or decluttering. So yeah, just sort of deciding now what is going to fit her. And again, I'm just sort of comparing to her current size of clothes. Like I grabbed something out of her that I know fits her, so that I don't have to get her to try stuff on. Because as you know, that like slows down this process by a lot. Now I am on the last step of her room. So all I'm doing is I've chosen all of her winter gear, the stuff that we're gonna have out this year, I've put it, and I'm just putting it in her drawers. So I've shared a lot about like how much I keep of each like item per kid. And I feel like I just now sort of, I don't count, like I don't keep track, I just sort of do it instinctively now. But I would say roughly, like for pants, for example, for her, for each season, I keep out, you know, 7 to like 9-ish pairs. Maybe at the beginning of the season there might be 10, because I know that she's not going to like something, or something's not going to fit right, and I'll probably get rid of it in a few weeks. But that's what I could start off with. We basically, like I said, we do laundry once a week, and so I just need enough items to get through the week, and then with a few spares for if she has like if there's an accident or she makes a mess or whatever and needs to switch during the day. So that's roughly how much we keep. And same with like tops. You can see it seems like there's a lot of, again, like I think I mix like t-shirts and dresses there. It's different with girls. I find it trickier. With Leo, it's pretty straightforward, like t-shirts and jogging pants pretty much 24/7.
Done like our day 2 part 2 of this small task. That part like honestly took me like 20 minutes. I have gone through like our hand-me-downs somewhat recently, so that was pretty easy. Both kids' drawers are set. They're good to go for winter, fall. Pretty much everything they have that they're gonna wear for the season is out there. Scott and I both have all of our winter fall gear out, so we are good to go. All of our summer stuff is tucked away. I'm gonna quickly share with you a few of the items that we did let go of along the way. I just counted them, and I think it was 20. I let go of 20 items without really even much effort, just through that habit of practice of resetting the clothing and going through the seasons. It was so easy to instantly let go of stuff. And I know over the next few weeks, there'll be things that they're trying on for the first time, like either since last winter or for the first time maybe ever. And they're gonna be like, hard pass, absolutely no. So then we'll clear out even more items at that point. Okay, let me share a few items. Okay, like each of the kids have, so Leo specifically has like a pair of little khakis. They're so cute. I keep them essentially just for like picture day, if we're getting family photos, Christmas, that kind of thing. And he has this in like 2 sizes up, and these are last season's, and I know that he's outgrown them, so they were an easy out. There were a couple shirts, winter shirts of Leo's from last year that I know technically would probably still fit him. However, I know without even asking him that he's pretty, like he's outgrown them, like in terms of like, he doesn't think they're cool anymore. And I also know without having these, we have enough long sleeve shirts and sweatshirts for the winter that we won't mess them. So they were an easy, they were also easy to let go of. I had a couple things with both kids, like summer wear, that they just didn't hardly at all wear this summer, so I knew that those were easy to let go. So for whatever reason this summer, they have them in their drawer and they do fit them technically, but they just never really reach for them other than a few times. I know that that means that even if I kept them for next summer, they're probably not going to want to wear them, so they can go. There's some things that I had kept either like from last winter to this winter, or that I had like a hand-me-down they haven't worn yet. And here's an example of like the cutest little hoodie. It's so cozy, it's so soft. It has that cute little, is it like a cherry? I absolutely love this for Annie Rose, and I know for a fact she won't wear it. Like, I think I've tried to put it on her a couple times, and I just know because of the color and the style, she just will never reach for this. So I have to be really realistic about it, and I'm just gonna pass it on, and someone else will love it and wear it, and I think it's so cute. Soccer socks for Leo. He didn't play this last summer, and I can pretty much guarantee he'll probably never play again. Or if he does, it'll be like school soccer in 2 or 3 years from now. So I can let these socks go, and someone else who's really into soccer can wear them. Okay. Okay, this is an item where I just don't like it. This was a long sleeve shirt. It's very soft. It's functional. It probably still fits Annie Rose. She did love it last year. However, I know that she'll forget about it. There are a lot of things the kids have that I don't like, but if they love them, I'm fine with it. I like let it go for the most part, but there's some outfits that just like, do you ever have that where you're like, I just can't put this on my kid? This goes against like everything inside of me. Like, I just dislike this so much. So this shirt, again, it's probably cute on other people's kids, but it's just not for me. I don't like the color. I don't like the design. I'm like not a big cat person. I don't like this frill at the bottom, and it's always been like a bit stretched out. Necessarily anything wrong with this shirt, but it's just not for me, and for some reason it just has always irked me. So I'm going to not even put that in her drawer. I'm going to put that into the donation pile. She will never remember. One less shirt that I do not like. A couple items for Scott and I. This is like a running long sleeve shirt, I guess, coat sort of thing, that I have worn for the last like probably 10 years at least, for my spring and winter running, and it's so functional. It's like the perfect perfect weight. It fits me really well. I like it. However, this color has never really been like my color. Like, I would never buy this at the store. It was a hand-me-down. And I was so grateful that I had it, and I have worn it. Like I said, I've worn it a million times. However, the other day when I was out and about, I found almost the exact same jacket in black for like $9, which I loved, and I tried on and it fit me. So I bought that, and I know instantly that I'm never gonna wear this one, because in the spring and fall, I maybe only run once a week. So I don't need more than one jacket for that specific use. So I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna let this one go and keep my black one, and I'm super happy about it. In terms of Scott's stuff, I think he only let go maybe of this one item, but this was actually last Father's Day. I let the kids go to the thrift shop and choose a gift for him. It was a very cute idea, but honestly both gifts were like disasters. But this is our local sort of hockey team, and like, it's a cute enough sweater, but I just know that he would never wear it, and I think it was actually super small on him too. So anyway, we kept it for a while because the kids were so proud that they picked it out, and they really loved it. But now they've forgotten about it because it's been his winter wear. So I know I can easily let this go. So that's one last thing for us to care for. All right, I am wrapped up this task for this season. I'm not gonna have to do that again, that big kind of reset and go through the new season until the spring. So I have like almost 6 months probably where we will live with our current wardrobe. There'll be things that come in and out as your gifted items and as they outgrow items, but for the most part, that wardrobe is pretty much set for them. And like I said, this feels so good on like a Sunday afternoon. Finish up the weekend with a somewhat simple but yet satisfying task. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.